there's this big creator economy happening, and a lot of us who do have a podcast or a YouTube page or even consistent blogging, we're creators. I mean, like, I would say most listeners or people watching us are creators in some sense. And what this article was basically saying is that there's a lot of components, like you just listed out. You listed out a bunch of stuff that are functions of a media company. So technically, I bet a lot of us are running media companies, or at least because like we're doing the functions of a media company. And it's a lot of work.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast with your boys, Matt Wolf and Joe Fear.
So what the article is basically saying is that creators and influencers out there really need help. They need support, and it's mainly from specialists, not general agencies that are just going to take everything and run with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I know in the agency world right now, at least at the time of this recording, we know a lot of agency owners, and there's some pretty big agencies and ones that have been around a while but are kind of more generalists, and they're hurting. And it's like a lot of the folks are just kind of cutting out the middleman or just going back to basics or what works. Whereas like the specialty agencies, though, are the ones that are very defined or have some like a really good moat around them. They're crushing it still.
Well, and also there's the element of the fact that a lot of those worlds that those agencies are working in have actually struggled as a result of the pandemic, where the creator world has thrived as a result of the pandemic.
Well, actually, the money you showed in 2021, it shows like the biggest leap is this year in 2021.
Yeah. And they directly attribute it to the fact that there was a pandemic. More people are at home watching content online. More people were engaging in social media online.
No doubt on that.
Right? So
part.
like, a lot of agency owners that are like, I'm a Facebook ads agency, I help run Facebook ads. Well, when companies started losing revenue, they had to figure out where to cut costs, and a lot of these agencies were where they went and cut costs.
Yeah.
Now, these creators, on the other hand, they flourished in that same time frame. Like during that same time frame, you see a lot of these creators like double in download numbers and just have this astronomical growth. So like there's still money there. It's just these agencies, the money is sort of, I mean, I'm not saying drying up, but it's like there's definitely still money in agencies. It's just a lot of businesses were hit hard during the pandemic, and when they went to cut costs, cutting out middlemen was one of the areas they cut costs.
It's like a positioning thing more than anything. You know, it's position yourself properly and strategically. Yeah. And I think that's what you can do. Anyone can do that here right now with the creator influencer economy. I don't know which label to use. They're kind of like interchangeable, I guess. But
well, we're even interchanging creators and media brands now, because most of the creators are trying to be media brands.
And see, that's the key. It's like, I think once the momentum starts, and I don't know when that pivot happens for a lot of creators in their minds, but like, I mean, the media company, that's a lot more of a business-minded thing, I feel like. Whereas a lot of creators probably aren't approaching it as that initially, more as like, hey, I'm going to make some income off of this. You know, like, oh, I have something to share. I'm going to show tutorials or do whatever I'm going to do on my as an influencer. But yeah, over time, maybe they're doing the right things. They're getting enough awareness and attention where they're like, oh, wait, hold on. I'm starting to earn money now. Oh, I can bring in protein powder to pay me for my, I mean, it's just like a dumb example that we always throw out. But I mean, I feel like the things will start popping off like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing brand deals. I'm getting paid by YouTube. Well, maybe there's a way to kick it up a notch. Yeah. You know, and I think that's where the big opportunity
lies.
Well,
people will start to realize that audience, you know, the perspective we've taken, and I think more and more people are realizing this as well, whether it's the right perspective or not, time will tell, but we've taken the perspective of audience is our currency, right? That is the currency for us.
It's been the case for a long time for us.
Yeah, and I think more and more people are realizing like, ooh, if I actually, you know, get 1,000 more subscribers on YouTube, then my income goes up by this much. If I get 10,000 more subscribers, my income goes up by this much. If I get this longer watch time, my income goes up. If I get this big name media influencer on my show, my income goes up. And so they're seeing all of these like little tweaks that they can do to grow their audience, which in turn grows their income. And these little tweaks can be done by other people.